Hello, my friend, and thank you so much for joining me here today. This time I'm sharing an energizing morning flow that you could do, and so we'll get right into it. We're going to begin today's class at the top of our mat with our feet about hip width apart. And right away, we're going to stand tall, shining the palms forward, relaxing the shoulders down. One thing you can do here is lift up your toes and then release them back down. So that will lift your kneecaps and help you engage your quads. So we're really connecting with this balance, with this stability in our mountain pose. A really great foundation for our practice, and also to help us move through our day with confidence and grace. Start to notice the breath if you haven't already. Check in with yourself. I'm really happy that you're taking this time just to practice in the morning. It can have really wonderful effects. Notice if there are any sensations in the body, something that you're waking up with. And just notice them, let them be there. Then go ahead and bring your palms pressed together in front of the heart. You can set an intention here for your practice or for your day. And then inhale to reach the arms up and overhead. Big stretch here. And then grab your right wrist with your left hand. Bump your hips to the left. A little side stretch. And then come back to center. This time, grab your left wrist with your right hand and bump your hips to the right. Feeling that stretch in the side of the body. And then come back to center. Release the hands down. So just syncing up with the breath. Gonna inhale to reach the arms up and overhead. Exhale, release them down. Again, inhale, arms reach up. And then exhale, you're gonna come down, hinging at the hips, coming into our standing forward fold. And here, feel free to bend the knees generously to help get some release in the low back. You can clasp opposite elbows here, swing a little bit side to side. And then inhale to lift halfway, coming into a flat back position. And then exhale to release down again. Inhale, arms come all the way up and overhead. Exhale, release them down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release down. Arms reach up once more. And then palms press together and float down in front of the heart. So starting to wake up the body a little bit. Gonna go ahead, release the hands and reach them up, all the way up. Big stretch, and exhale, release down. This time, you're gonna plant the palms down. You're gonna send one foot back and then the other. we're going to come into a high plank. Feel free to come down on the knees. And then when you're ready, you're going to shift forward. Keep your elbows close to you. Coming down. And inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, you're going to use your strength to press up into downward facing dog. And here, find some movement. Pedaling the feet. Feeling the stretch in the back of the legs. Making sure that your fingers are spread wide. Taking any pressure off of the wrists. And breathing here. And then you can find a little stillness here. Really send the hips up towards the sky. And then go ahead and anchor through the left foot. Send the right foot up. And then step it in between your hands. I'm going to lower the left knee. Making sure we have good alignment here. So right knee over the right ankle. And then when you're ready, you're going to inhale, look forward. Exhale. And then on your next inhale, you could reach the arms up and overhead. And we'll take a couple of cycles of breath here. Exhale to release. You're going to straighten that right leg. Right hip crease comes back. Flex the right toes. And then return your right foot down to the mat. You're going to lift the left leg. And you're going to step the right foot back into downward facing dog. Breathing here. And then finding stillness before we send the left foot up towards the sky and then step it in between the hands. Again, this time releasing the right foot down to the mat. So checking the alignment here, making sure that we have left ankle underneath the left knee. Inhale to look forward. Exhale. And then on your next inhale, you go ahead and reach the hands up and over. Breathing in and out through the nose here. Then go ahead and release the fingertips down. I'm going to straighten that left leg, flex the left toes. And then release the left foot back down again, lifting the right leg. Gonna step the left foot back into downward facing dog. Again, feel free to find some movement here, stepping the feet. And then this time we're going to start with the left foot. So sending the left foot up and then stepping it in between your hands. And then pivot on the back foot. And we're going to cartwheel the arms up and over into Warrior Two. And so feel free to take a moment here to check your alignment. The arms come to the level of the shoulders. Bending that left knee. And then we're going to send our gaze past our left fingertips. Also keeping an awareness of the core and the pelvis, so making sure that it's tucked in. Inhale to reach your left fingertips up and back. Exhale, return back to Warrior Two. And then bring your left elbow down to your left thigh, and you're going to sweep your right fingertips up and over, creating a long line of energy from the right toes to the right fingertips. One more breath here. And then coming back to Warrior Two. And you can bring your hands to your hips or to your waist. And you're going to turn your left toes to face the wide side of your mat. And here, we're going to interlace our fingers behind us. Going to inhale to lengthen through the spine. Exhale to slowly start coming down. You can feel free to turn your toes a little bit inwards. So finding stability in the feet. Coming down. And when your torso is about parallel with the earth, you can go ahead and release the hands. You can find a little bit of movement here, just using your intuition, something that feels good. Could be moving from side to side. It could just be resting down. Clasping opposite elbow as well. And then we're going to bring the hands back to the hips or the waist and use our core strength and a stable footing to slowly rise back up. Wonderful. Now turn your right toes out, and we're going to come to Warrior Two on the other side. So bringing your arms to the level of the shoulders. Feel free to check your alignment here. And sending our gaze past our right fingertips this time. Basically finding a meditative focus. Then go ahead and reach the right fingertips up and back. And then come back to Warrior Two. Deep breath. And then go ahead and bring your right elbow to your right thigh. You're going to sweep the left fingers up and over. Extended side angle. Coming back to Warrior Two. Turn the right toes back to the wide side of your mat. And we're going to interlace the fingers behind us once more. This time you might try it with the opposite thumb on top. Might feel a little weird. And you're going to inhale to lengthen through the spine, relaxing the hands down, shoulders down. And then on your exhale, go ahead and come down with a straight spine. Again, once your torso is parallel to the earth, you could go ahead, release the hands. You could find some movement here. And then you're going to place your right hand directly underneath your face. And it's okay to just be on the fingertips here. You're going to inhale to reach left fingertips all the way up for a big twist. So just be gentle here with yourself. Take it as far as feels right to you. And keep breathing. Then go ahead, release left hand down. Left hand is going to take the place of the right hand. And on your next inhale, reach the right fingertips up. Then go ahead, release the right fingertips down. Then you're going to bring your hands back to your waist. And on your inhale, slowly start to rise up. Again, strong core here. Well done. So now we're going to heel toe the feet together. From here, you're going to shift your weight to your right foot and go ahead and lift the left heel off the mat. And you might find a little kickstand for your foot. So we're doing an external rotation of the left leg. And so you could stay here as we come into our tree pose. So this is a balancing pose. And you might notice, in the morning, it might be easier for you or more difficult for you to balance. So it's nice that we take this time to actually practice it. And you might want to stay here, and this is already quite a challenging practice. Or if you want, you could bring your left foot, guide it with your hand, and bringing it up against your right thigh. And so just choosing what feels good to you. And then you can keep your hands at your waist for a little bit of extra stability. Or if you want, you could send them up high, like branches of a tree. Taking a moment here to breathe. Again, cultivating a meditative focus. Usually we find a spot at the level of the eyes that is not moving, which is also called the drishti in Sanskrit. Wonderful. Could go ahead and release the arms back down, and then slowly releasing the left foot down as well. And this time we're going to take it to the other side. So consciously shifting your weight to your left foot, really rooting down through it. So tree pose, right? Vrikshasana, where we're using this imagery to guide us. And so when you're ready, you're going to lift the right heel off the mat. You're going to find a little kickstand for the foot. And then, if you'd like, you could use your hand to guide your right foot up. And again, finding a place that is good for your hands. It could be at your hips. It could be at your heart, an Anjali Mudra, or you could send it all the way up. Send the hands up. And if you'd like a little bit of an extra challenge, something you could do is close your eyes. That makes it more difficult. And it's always fun to play here. I want you to know as well that it's perfectly fine to lose our balance, because that's natural. That happens to all of us. And so if you do, just go ahead and come back. And you might also notice that one side might be more challenging than the other. So that's perfectly natural as well. On your next exhale, you can release the hands back down. Again, gently bringing the right foot down with control. Then just taking a moment. And then we're going to inhale to reach the arms up and overhead, so their feet are close together. And then you're going to exhale to start sinking down, coming into a chair pose, Utkatasana. So really challenging ourselves here. Also waking up the muscles of the body. Could be quite energizing. And the arms are a little bit up in front of us, like we're holding a big beach ball. Might start to feel a little shake. And then on your exhale, go ahead, release the hands down, coming into a standing forward fold. And then we're going to come all the way down to the mat. And we're going to come to sit in the middle. And you could bring the soles of the feet together for Baddha Konasana, or our butterfly pose. I'm going to have the intention to sit straight. Here you can hold on to the ankles, or you could hold your toes as well. So just find what works for you. It's morning time's really great time to just not only check in with yourself, but to keep listening to any messages that might be wanting to come through, especially in our own body. You can find a little movement here too. A little morning butterfly. And then we'll go ahead and come to lie down on our backs. Then use your hands to close the legs. Palms are going to come to the mat. Your feet are going to be about hip width apart. And heels kind of move back towards the sits bones. Then when you're ready, you're going to inhale, lift the hips up high. You can snuggle the shoulder blades together here. And so we're going to squeeze the glutes as we reach up. Option here to keep the palms pressing down or to interlace the fingers behind us. I'm going to reach the chest towards the chin and the chin towards the sky. Just holding here for a couple more cycles of breath. Seeing if we can lift a little higher. And release down. Great job. Bring both knees into the chest. Give yourself a hug. Rock a little bit side to side. And then we're going to send the arms out from side to side. And then let your knees gently fall down to your left side. I'm going to try to keep the right shoulder down on the mat. And perhaps you'll gaze past your right fingertips. Breathing in and out into the stretch. Then you're going to come back to center, and this time let the knees gently fall down to your right side. Here you can send your gaze past your left fingertips. And then coming back through center. Then you're going to grab onto the outer edges of the feet for a happy baby. Three more cycles of breath here. So being open to let whatever wants to happen, happen. Being open to welcome the new day and the possibilities that it might bring with the innocence of a baby. Might find a little smile here too. And then go ahead and release. I'm gonna hug the knees into the chest once more. And then send the legs out long. Rest the arms here, palms facing up towards the ceiling or the sky. Relaxing the weight of the body down into the earth, softening through the muscles of the face. And you can just keep noticing your breath. You might have thoughts come up, even feelings. So we let them come up, and then we just return to the breath. We'll stay here for another minute or so. And then if you are able to, I invite you to stay here and rest as long as it feels good. And if you're ready to come back up, then you can start by wiggling your toes, wiggling your fingers. Just bring your sensation back. And then you can hug the knees into the chest and let them fall to either side of you. Then when you're ready, pressing up into a seat of your choice. And we're going to take 3 big breaths together just to help us welcome the new day. So you're going to inhale in through the nose and out through the mouth. And again, inhaling. And last one. Sigh it out. Wonderful. And we'll close by bringing our hands pressed together in front of the heart, an Anjali Mudra. I want to thank you so much for sharing this precious part of your day with me. And I hope that all that you've cultivated in this morning practice is something that you can really take with you throughout your day and perhaps even share with others. So thank you so much for being here, and I hope to see you next time.